Hello everyone, so I'm going to tell you some of the hidden benefits that you may not be aware of when you're taking Mounjaro or weight loss medication. But before we get into that, I just need to say I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a healthcare professional, I'm not a surgeon, I'm not a GP, I'm not any of those things. I'm just a small YouTuber sharing my experiences using weight loss medication, but more specifically, I'm using Mounjaro. So everything I'm about to say is my opinion. So the benefit most people will be aware of is weight loss. And yes, it works. It will help you lose weight. You've still got to do one or two sort of key things that go hand in hand with that. But I've spoken about those on a previous video. And so you should be aware that it's all about hydration, protein, exercise, and sticking to the program. But I'm going to talk about the hidden benefits you may not be aware of. And these are just some of the benefits that I've seen during my 4.5 month journey now. So first up, I'm going to talk about the physical and lifestyle benefits of taking Mounjaro. The first one I want to talk about is sleep quality. I think we're probably all aware that when we're overweight, things are a little bit more difficult in bed. One, you can struggle to get comfortable because you've got all your bits that shouldn't be there getting in the way. And two, you may have problems overheating, not overeating, overheating. So temperature regulation can make sleeping uncomfortable. You can struggle with being a sweaty mess in bed, basically. So your body struggles to regulate its temperature. Now, since I've been taking Mounjaro over 4 months now, my sleep has improved so much and it's absolutely fantastic. And I literally sleep like a baby now. I don't have any problems getting to sleep. And once I'm asleep, I don't tend to wake up until the morning. And that in turn means you wake up in the morning with more energy, less fatigued, and you're able to see through the day better. So one of the hidden benefits of taking weight loss medication for me has been sleep quality and the energy it gives you the following day. Now the next one is you're losing weight, so your clothes fit better. And I don't just mean you take a smaller size, everything just feels more comfortable. Your jeans aren't cutting into your belly, your thighs aren't rubbing together. The clothes just fit nicer. And as hidden benefits go, it's probably one of the most important ones for me. It's about feeling more comfortable and more confident wearing clothes. If you're one of those people that always used to wear a massive hoodie or a big coat to cover up your wobbly bits, the hidden benefit weight loss medication is just the comfort factor. It's so nice, and I really see it as a massive positive on a weight loss journey. So we talk about food noise and reduced cravings as well. The mental relief of not constantly thinking about food. It's literally blown my mind on this journey so far. I was a greedy little man, and it's completely taken that element of my life away. I don't wake up thinking about food. I don't go to bed thinking about food. All I have to do is make sure I take enough calories every day, hit my targets, and that's all I do. And now I've become one of those people that doesn't live to eat, but eats to live. And I'm 53 years old, and I've finally got that in my head, and it's taken so long to actually realise that that's how you're supposed to be, and it can make you feel normal again. And if you are one of those people that all you do is think about food, it's an absolute game changer. Mentally, it's really has changed the game for me. Obviously, we're going to see how that changes when I start coming off the medication, but that's a bridge we're going to cross when we get there. Right, emotional and mental hidden benefits. And there's a few of these, and you probably don't realise that these are even a thing, but I 100% agree that it's how it makes you feel when you're on this journey. So we've spoken about confidence and confidence in appearance, and that's obviously a huge mental benefit as well. But from my personal experience, I'm going to say mood improvement as well. You don't get hangry anymore. You kind of learn to cope with how you're feeling, and not your whole life doesn't revolve around food. So it kind of gives you the mental clarity. If you're thinking about food all the time, you're not thinking about what you should be thinking about, be that in work or outside of work. So the mental clarity is a massive hidden benefit for me. So the next one is social and lifestyle benefits, or hidden benefits. Now, so it's about being able to say no more easily in social events, social occasions. You're at the buffet at a party, normally you'd fill that plate up. You don't feel inclined to do that. because you don't feel like you need to go back to that buffet time and time again, then it doesn't happen. So it becomes really empowering in social events that you're able to not have your whole life revolve around food. And that is a huge hidden benefit to taking Mounjaro, weight loss medications, and ultimately losing weight. So the other aspect of social and lifestyle benefits is general fitness and health and well-being. Able to go for walks, able to go on the bike again, able to do all the activities that you wouldn't do when you were a little bit larger, or you wanted to do, or you do them as in a less able manner. But as you lose weight with the medications, you can start challenging yourself again, and that's all stuff that you couldn't do when you're a little bit bigger. And then you've got the positive reactions from friends and families. And for me, that's been immense as well. The support has been invaluable, and the support from yourselves has been invaluable as well. While we're going to mention it, and I appreciate every like, every comment, every hype, every interaction I have on my channel is generally positive, or if it's not, I'll try and make it a positive. Being able to lose weight and then being able to be more active is a massive hidden benefit. So having these positive interactions with friends and family, it makes a massive difference. Just one little comment, it can mean so much, and that goes hand in hand then with continuing your journey. I've always found when I've been on diets or calorie restricted diets, that sort of thing, the real sort of push to make you continue is when you can see and feel a difference. Now, I can really see and feel a difference when I do it this way, and that sort of spurs you on to carry on. Sort of touched on it a little while ago with food cravings, food noise and that sort of thing, but being able to have a better relationship with food. And I'm hoping I'm going to carry that on into when I stop taking the medication. Being able to learn these healthy new habits, is, fingers crossed, is going to be the way forward. And I'm just hoping that I can continue the way I feel at the moment when I come off Mounjaro. I haven't set a target for when that's going to be just yet, but obviously you'll be the first to know. The other thing when we're talking about food relationships is also relationships with alcohol, relationships with smoking or vaping. Now, I'm fairly certain, and I will try and do a little bit of research and pop a few bits up here, but from my personal circumstances, the alcohol side of it, and I was never a massive drinker, but I certainly don't feel like drinking when I'm taking Mounjaro. I might have a pint of Guinness now and again if I'm going to the football, but that side of it's gone. I wouldn't say it's taken the enjoyment out of drinking, it's taken the compulsion out of drinking. So that's got to be a hidden benefit. The other one, like I said, is smoking or vaping. Now, I used to smoke, probably more of a regular vapist, is that a word? But I would occasionally have a cigarette. Again, my sort of reaction to smoking now is I don't really feel the need to. So I feel like there might be hidden benefits to drinking and smoking as well. Whether that's been clinically proven yet, I'm not 100% sure. Now, a big one for me is blood sugar stability. I'm not diabetic. I think I was possibly pre-diabetic before I started Mounjaro. Now, I did quite a bit of driving for my employment, and I used to find in the afternoons I used to get really sleepy when I was eating junk food and not being healthy. And there's times when I've had to pull over whilst I've been driving because I actually thought I was going to fall asleep at the wheel. Now, since I've been on medication, that has not happened at all. I've got more energy throughout the day anyway, but certainly in the afternoons, which I'm assuming was a blood sugar issue, I don't get any sleepiness at all now. Obviously, I get the general yawns like most people do occasionally, but I'm not having to pull over because I feel like I'm going to crash. So, and when I say crash, I mean literally crash the vehicle I'm driving, not as in sugar crash. So that's a huge one for me because it's made such a difference to my working day as well. Other side of health wins, apart from losing weight, is obviously BMI's dropped massively. On my scales, it will tell you your water. Is it water content? Is that the right way of saying it? Your water inside your body. It will tell you the protein. It will tell you your muscles. and all those results are looking really positive at the moment. My BMI is just over 31, started at just over 41. So aside from losing weight, feeling healthier, looking healthier, all the magic's sort of it's all happening inside as well. So possibly not a hidden benefit, but certainly a benefit you might not be aware of, apart from the bit where you lose weight. Now, before we get into the financial hidden benefits of using weight loss medication on Mounjaro, I'll just sort of say, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. It means the world to me. If you could drop me a like, that also is fantastic. Or use the new hype function if you're on YouTube mobile. Also, Saturdays is now my weekly update video and Q&A. If you drop me a comment down below and you want it included in my Q&A video, don't necessarily have to call you out if you don't want me to. Could you just pop a Q&A next to your question or your comment? Because I do have a habit of answering them in the comments and then forgetting that I'm supposed to be saving the questions for a Q&A session on my Saturday videos. Right, so financial benefits. Possibly not a hidden benefit, but a benefit all the same. The amount of money I've saved, and this is going to be hard to believe when you consider what we pay in the UK for weight loss medication, but the amount of money I've saved on food is phenomenal. Now, you might say the money you've saved you've already spent on an injection, or you've already spent on new clothes, but from a day-to-day basis, the money you save from not buying that sandwich, not buying that McDonald's, not going for that breakfast, it's phenomenal. Your food noise is not there. You're literally not going to be popping into the shop to buy this, not to be popping into the chip shop to buy a bag of chips, not eating your lunch at 10 o'clock like I used to most days, and then have to buy lunch because I was hungry again, not popping into the supermarket at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I was peckish again before I got home for my dinner. The cost of the Mounjaro more than fits into what you save from not buying junk food, not buying pizzas and all the rest of it. So don't ever be worried that potentially you can't afford this, because what you save, easy, not a problem. If you've got any questions or for the Q&A, pop it in the comments down below, and have a look at my other videos if you feel you want to listen to a middle-aged chubby man waffle on about weight loss medication a little bit more. Thanks again.